Hi, I want to tell you a little bit about English 2010, a course that I'm sure you're fairly familiar with. It's part of the composition sequence in the whole system of higher education in Utah. Um, each institution puts a little bit of its own spin on the course, although it shares some common elements institution to institution. For instance, all courses of English 2010 use sources, ask students to do research, learn to document sources, and so forth. And you'll learn to do that in this course as well. When I first started teaching English 2010, which was quite a while ago, we were taking a cultural studies and critical thinking approach. We asked students, for instance, to look at the texts of everyday life in the social world, such as movies and television shows and advertisements, and to do critical analyses of these. We have moved away from cultural studies, although we still think about the public sphere. Instead, we ask students to take up genres that appear in a variety of settings, including academic settings, but also public settings. Genres are usually types of writing that appear in recurring situations. So, for instance, in the situation where you may want to represent information in a neutral or seemingly objective way and in an organized way, you would choose the genre of the report. Whereas if you're trying to make an argument or you're trying to present a point of view, you might choose the genre of the position paper or the opinion piece, and so on. There's multiple genres. The main thing to understand about genres is that they recur in situations that have similar features, and they are a type of response, written response, that occurs over and over again in a recurring situation. So we're going to continue to use genres in this course. We're continuing to use public writing, that is, genres that appear in public settings as well as in academic settings. And we're continuing to use source-based writing, that is, research writing. What we're adding this time, and by we I mean, in this case, myself, but also my colleague Katie Lewis, and we'll be doing this course collaboratively, so you'll sometimes hear from her. What we're trying to do is add some elements to the course that are basically about making you more fluent and more flexible writers. And one of the things we're going to do in this course is to add something that may feel a little bit to us and maybe to you like a set of creative writing strategies. To that end, we've created a set of notebook prompts that are full of opportunities for you to play with writing, to play with your sources and interact and engage with them in different ways, to try translating your writing into different kinds of genres using all sorts of so-called creative strategies to help you think about your topics, think about your research, come up with different ideas, perhaps expand your ideas, gain new perspectives, and so on. So this is a list of notebook prompts that you'll find on the Canvas site. We'll be dipping into this over and over during the semester. We're going to ask you to keep your notebook exercises on your English 2010 page on your ePortfolio. We're going to ask you essentially to treat your ePortfolio English 2010 page as a kind of workshop or playground even. We are going to ask you to do this until it comes time to assemble your final signature assignment for English 2010, in which case you can move those pieces of writing somewhere else or delete them if you like. But we want you to do that so that you'll have a sort of online space for your notebook-based work. So, to summarize, we're still using genres, we're still using source-based writing, we're still asking you to think about writing in the public sphere, but we're also asking you to develop a more diverse set of writing strategies than you might usually think of as a composition course. And we're really hoping that you'll find this course to be interesting, fun, challenging in a good way, and look forward to reading what you write.